Hello and good morning. We are so excited that you are participating in our event. This is the Yes Prep Virtual College Fair. We have had some great sessions today and we're excited for this round too. My name is Jennifer. I'm going to be your facilitator and I have a few housekeeping items to help us all get started. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can, though, use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This session is being recorded, just like all of the different sessions that have been a part of the Yes Prep Virtual College Fair. They will be posted and shared on the exact same website where you registered. That's strivescan.com/yesprep. So you can go back in the coming days and you can watch a session again, share it with family and friends, or check out another session to learn about other schools that you may not have been able to visit with today. All right, well, I'm really excited to hand it over to our very first school that will be starting us off. We're going to be learning about Houston Baptist University.
Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Okay,
yes, we can.
Perfect. So my name is Jalen Manson, and I'm an admissions counselor from Houston Baptist University. I'll be representing for my coworker, Miss Jody, and I'll make sure I send you her information. So a little bit about HBU. We are a small private liberal arts.
Jolene, can I check real fast? Are you sharing a screen or anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just wanted to be certain. We didn't want to miss it. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. We're a small private university in Southwest Houston, so around Fondren, right next to a Memorial Hermann. We are a young institution. We're 61 years old this year, so we're really excited about the growth that our campus is experiencing. When it comes to our academic facilities, we have about 72 different majors that you can choose from here at HBU. We have 7 schools: our School of Nursing, Allied Health, School of Business, School of Education and Behavioral Sciences, School of Nursing, as well as our honors college and our School of Science and Engineering. So if you're interested in any of those, definitely please let us know. Our top 5 majors here at HBU are business, psychology, engineering, nursing, as well as biology. And we try to have different research opportunities as well as internships to really connect our students to campus and give them that kind of professional experience that they need. As far as our spiritual life side goes and our student life side, we have about 70 different organizations that you can choose from here at HBU. So if you're interested in something social like our sororities, you can join those, and our fraternities, you can also join those. We have some social organizations such as our Student Programming Board, our Student Government Association, as well as our Alumni Association that connects students with current and past alum. And then we also have some academic organizations, professional, as well as just kind of fun groups to get you to study for. So we want to make sure our students are being connected into campus. We also have residence life. Freshmen can choose from 2 residence halls for the girls and then 1 for the boys. So if you're interested in that, definitely connect with our res life office. And then we also have intramural sports, which are very big for our students. So it's very recreational, but still fun for our students to connect with our campus rec teams. We also have 17 NCAA Division I sports that you can choose to watch, and all games are free for our students. So we love going to support our Huskies. We're really excited about this year because our beach volleyball team won their conference last year, so did our golf teams, and our track teams, our football teams, and our basketball teams are projected to go all the way in conference this year. So we can't wait to see that, as well as our spiritual life. So we do have a convocation that our students are encouraged to attend on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I think it's something that all students should go to because you never know what you're going to experience. It's kind of like a TED Talk. So you'll always see like maybe a pastor or maybe just a concert led by our refuge band on campus, or maybe even a homecoming combo. So we try to spice it up for our students so you never know what to expect when you walk in our Dunham Theater. As far as the application process, it's going to be very different this year because we have 2 ways to apply. So if you're a senior, definitely listen to this. We have traditional and we have test optional. Traditional is very big because you'll turn in your SAT or ACT scores to us along with your high school transcripts. And if you have letters of recommendation, you can turn those in too. We'll take them. And then you'll be awarded scholarships based on your acceptance. Now, if you choose to do test optional, You will not turn in your SAT or ACT scores to us, but you will have an essay. And the essay is, things impact students. So how can you positively impact HBU's campus? If you give us about 150 words to 300 words, that's going to be good for us. Make sure you really take time to kind of develop the essay and really let us know how you can impact the campus, and then you will be good. And if you want to turn in letters of recommendation for a test optional, you can also submit those as well, and we'll take them. Now to our scholarships. We offer 5 tiers of scholarships for our students. We have our Founder Scholarship, which is the top scholarship based off your class rank in SAT or ACT or GPA if you're doing test optional. And so that's going to be $92,000 for 4 years, all the way down to our University Grant 2, which is going to be $40,000 for 4 years. So if you want more information about that, I'll include a link to what we have called our road piece, where you can see all that information listed out. And just to give you some fun facts about HBU, I am an alum, as well as your admissions counselor, Ms. Jody, who is an alum. And so I graduated with my Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology. She graduated with her Bachelor's of Arts in Business. As you see, the university is very big on pouring into our students, and we are very big on pouring back to our campus. So we both work in admissions. We have multiple students who come back and work for HBU as well. A couple things that are new: we are currently building our Lawn Liberty Center. So if you ever come visit us, you'll see this big building that's being built. It's supposed to be a replica of Independence Hall. And so that's scheduled to open summer of 2022, as well as our Pillars Retail Development Center, which is in the front of campus. So it has lots of different restaurants. So if you want to go to those, you can. They also offer opportunities for our students to work there. So that's something good that you can potentially look into. So that's all I have. I'm looking forward to working with y'all, as well as Miss Jody. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much for starting us off, being the first school and sharing so much great info about Houston Baptist University today. We're on to school number 2. We're going to be learning about Texas Southern University.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope this video finds you very well. My name is Ellis Ladden. I am the educational planner at Texas Southern University. I am an alum as well, so I'm not going to be speaking to you from a third point of view. I lived it, I went through it, and I loved it so much I came back to recruit for it, right? So Texas Southern University is located towards downtown Houston, heart and soul of Houston. We are a HBCU that was founded in 1927. Real quick, some of the requirements to get into Texas Southern University is 2.5 GPA and higher. You are automatically admitted. That was not a mess up. That wasn't an error. 2.5 GPA and higher, you are automatically admitted. You will bypass your SAT score. You will bypass your ACT score. 2.5, you are good to go. However, I do recommend for students to still take the SAT and the ACT, because those 2 scores will allow you to apply for the Honors College. The Honors College is it's the biggest amount of scholarship money that a student can be awarded. And the way that the Honors College works is, let's say if a student has a 3.3 GPA, they will go into a tier. So 3.3 to a 3.5 would be like $5,000. A 3.6 to a 3.7 would be like $7,000, and so forth and so forth. So definitely highly recommend still getting those test scores so you can get potentially the most money as possible. Tuition for this year, upcoming school year, is $9,500 for in-state students. So everyone here would be in-state, so your tuition would be $9,500, right? So as far as some of our majors, the things that Texas Southern University specializes in is law. And I would say that we specialize in law because we have a law school on campus. Thurgood Marshall School of Law is what I apply to. Hopefully I get in. Everybody pray for me. And the next thing that we specialize in is pharmacy, because again, we have a pharmacy school on campus. Some other things that students would love to major in is radio, television, film. We have a great RTF program. Sports management. Our business program is really exceptional due to the fact that we have partnerships with Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Chase Bank, Bank of America, just to name a few. All of these corporations will come to the campus 2 times a semester. They give out scholarships, they give out internships. You're able to give your resume to them. I've seen students get hired on spot, right? So we definitely have some good things going on in the business program. And for all my future nurses, for my future dentists and future doctors, we also have a partnership with the Houston Medical District, because the Houston Medical District is about 12 minutes away from the school. So those nurses, doctors, and dentists, they will come to the campus. Same thing like the business, they'll give out scholarships, they'll give out internships. Pre-COVID, they would even allow students to come and shadow them for a day. So that's something that the students really enjoyed, they really loved, right? Just some things outside of the classroom. We have over 100 different organizations, fraternities, sororities, Midwest Club, Louisiana Club, environmental clubs. Pretty much anything that you're looking for would be able to cater towards you. And by some chance of those 100 different organizations on campus did not relate to you, you and 4 other students could go ahead and create your own organization, right? So there's definitely always a circle for you to find yourself in. There's always something going on at Texas Southern University. It's always something, you know, some good stuff happening. We are a family at Texas Southern University. It's a real, I'd say a networking type of environment where we're able to get our education and then pass on the information to the next person, the next future Tiger, so that they can come out and, you know, be a better person for society, right? So, so we went over majors, we went over requirements. In class. So some of the special things that I really appreciated at Texas Southern University was the fact that for one professor, there was 35 students. So we are a slightly smaller school next to other bigger universities. So when I would go to class, I was able to be greeted by my professors. They would say, "Hey, good morning, Mr. Sladin. Good morning, Ellis. How are you? How are you doing?" And for your professor to know you by face, it just makes your learning that much easier, because they can really connect with you. Instead of being one of 300 in the classroom, you're one of 35, right? So that just made your learning curve that much greater. For incoming freshmen, go ahead and listen up to this. We do have specific freshman dormitories for you guys. And the way that it's set up is, it was created in 2016, so it's fairly new. Split down the middle, the left side is for strictly women, the right side is strictly for men. And at the bottom of the dormitory holds the second cafeteria for Texas Southern University. This is a question I get asked a lot. You do not have to stay on campus as a freshman, okay? You do not have to stay on campus. However, I highly recommend it, because that's where you'll really kind of keep track of what's going on campus. You'll meet friends, you'll meet those connections, kind of stay in the loop of what goes on, because like I said earlier, there's always something going on at Texas Southern University. And as a freshman, you don't want to miss it. You know, something I always tell students is, you don't want to be that student who goes to class and goes right back to the dorm room. That's boring, that's lame. You want to get the most out of your 4 years. You want to experience everything, have fun, go to the homecomings, go to the Yard Fest, Spring Fest, all those fun things, right? So you definitely want to come to campus, get involved, knock out all of your work, and then get involved. Did I reach my time limit?
You have like 10 seconds. Any last thing you want them to take away?
Go Tigers. And I'd love to see all y'all maroon and gray one day or next year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alice. Make sure, reminder to all of our panelists to put your contact information or key websites in the chat, and to our attendees to keep an eye on that, so you know how to follow up. Because remember, these 6 minutes go by quickly, and there's so much more every one of these schools has to offer. We want you to explore it after the sneak peek today. All right. So our next school that we're going to be hearing from is University of Houston, Clear Lake.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Iris Hilliard. I'm one of the enrollment management counselors for UACL. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our university. So I actually have a presentation that I want to share with you guys. We're going to be starting here. So we have 4 different programs. We have College of Business, College of Science and Engineering, College of Education, College of...
Iris, I have a quick question. Do you want it to be able to go full screen?
Yes.
I figured. I wanted to check.
Let's see.
Yeah, the presentation is perfect. Yes, there you go.
So we have 4 different programs. Here we have the 40, we're actually ranked the third best regional university West, 18 on the top public school of regional universities West. We are a smaller environment, so you're going to get the one-on-one with the instructor. Anything you need, the instructor will be there. We offer new, basically, we have a dedicated STEM building as well that we opened not too long ago. So here you will be able to see the 46 different options of the degree plans that we offer. If you see the one with the triangles, those are for junior and senior courses offered online at levels. And then the ones with the square, those are actually where you can get your bachelor's and your master's degrees in 5 years. And the one with the green circle, it's an optional if you want to do the teacher certification on that specific program. So as you can see, we do have a lot of different options for you, from criminology, College of Education. If you want to do into criminal law, there's a lot of different options for you. Student involvement. We have over 100 different student organizations that you can join. It can be from academic wise. If you have a preferred hobby that you like, we have leadership programs where you can gain those leadership skills as well. And we also offer a lot of community engagement. You will have the opportunity to give back to the community. We're always about helping the community out here at UHCL as well. Campus recreational. We actually opened this gym 2 years ago. It's a 2-story gym where there's going to be group classes, there's the weight training area, basketball courts, and this is actually included as well on your tuition. It's a beautiful gym here at UHCL as well that you can use. Housing options. There's 2 different options. There's the Hunter Hall where you can live on campus, or if you want to live outside of campus, we also have the University Forest apartments. So it just depends on you. But I really recommend for you, especially freshmen, to live on campus, because you will be getting the connections, with your friends, your professors, and we offer 24/7 secure system, laundry rooms, study rooms. The staff members will always be there to help you out, free Wi-Fi and leadership opportunities as well. And freshmen's requirements. Right now, we have also the test optional, or if you want to be the traditional. So the test optional, meaning it's that we're going to review your admissions application without your SAT or ACT test score. So we're going to go based on your rank and your GPA. But if you want to do the traditional, we will go based on your SAT and ACT. It's really, really important. A lot of students get confused here. The college, basically the SAT and ACT test scores, they need to come directly from College Board to be considered official. If it comes from you, it's not going to be considered official. And just be aware also about our deadlines, right? So here you will be able to see for fall 2022, the priority deadline will be July the 15th. The final deadline will be August the 1st. So be always aware about the deadlines. You don't want to wait till the last minute to apply. And then these are just the steps just for you to know on how to apply, where to start. The first thing you need to do, go to applytexas.org. It's going to be a $45 application fee. We need your official transcripts. So if you're doing any due credit classes, early college, AP credits, we also need those official transcripts. And also, whenever we receive all the transcripts, it usually takes 7 to 10 business days to give you an admissions decision to see if you're accepted. You're going to be having access to the student portal. The student portal is where you can do everything. Check your admissions application, see if you're missing anything, set up an appointment with your academic advisor, because after you get admitted here at UHCL, we basically request for you to set up an appointment with your academic advisor just to go over your educational plan, see what's going to be a good fit for you, and then you will be able to register for classes. Then you will need to attend the new student orientation and registration as well. And I do want to let you know, we're going to be having an open house on November the 13th. It's going to be completely online. I will put the information for you to register. If you actually attend this open house, we waive the application fee. You have the opportunity to meet with the academic advisors and answer all your academic questions. Financial aid will be there. We will be here giving this admissions presentation as well. So it will be really good if you attend this open house, and it's completely online. And once again, you will receive an email after you apply to our university with your e-services information to log in. If you have any questions, any concerns, please call us, email us, let us know. Our email is admissions@uhcl.edu. And our phone number is 281-236-55. I'm sorry, 281-283-2500. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Iris, for sharing University of Houston Clear Lake today. The next school we'll be hearing from is the University of Houston Downtown.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yesenia Morales. I'm an admissions counselor for the University of Houston Downtown. I do have a presentation for you, so let me pull that up. Okay. So we are, UHD is a modern campus that sits at the center of downtown Houston. We are actually at the heart of downtown. So the Metro Rail runs right in front of our one main building. And I think that's really awesome when it comes to getting closer to graduating, because you have access to a lot of businesses, and the medical center is straight down. So a lot of our students use the Metro Rail to get to and from their internships or just to the campus itself. So we were founded in 1974. And that's when we welcomed our first class of enrolled students. I am actually a UHD graduate myself, and these are 5 quick facts about why I chose UHD. We are ranked nationally for graduating minority students. 82% of our students receive an average of $10,000 in scholarships and financial aid. First year earnings of UHD graduates is 3rd highest in the state. We do have a criminal justice degree, and we have around more than 45,000 alumni up to date. So I need to update that. But these are the 5 main reasons why I chose UHD, and I hope I encourage you to do so as well. Next, we have competitive degrees. So we have almost any degree that you can think of at an affordable rate. We have small class sizes. So the student to faculty ratio is around 19:1. So we are a smaller campus. We're not too big, we're not too small. So I like that, as well as many of the other counselors mentioned. You get to have that connection with your professor. And when it comes to getting closer to graduating, you're going to need those letters of recommendation, maybe to get into medical school or to graduate school, whatever. So you want to be close to your professors. We also have this great thing called the Gator Pledge, which I'll be going over in the next few slides. But basically what it is, it's a promise from us to you that if your family income is $50,000 or less per year, you qualify for us to pay for your tuition. And tuition at UHD is already very affordable. So being able for us to pay for it, it just makes your college career much more easier to navigate through. At UHD, we have 5 academic colleges. So we have the Maryland Davies College of Business, College of Humanities and Social Sciences, College of Public Service, Sciences and Technology, and University College. And then to the right, you have your top majors, which would be accounting for the business, psychology, criminal justice, computer science, and interdisciplinary studies for University College. And here are some of the undergraduate programs, or the undergraduate programs that we offer for our business college. So you can scan through that really quick. Here are all of the ones we offer for humanities and social sciences. So if you were to major in one of the business degrees, you would be in a separate building and maybe like a 3-minute walk from the main building. So that would be your building. If you were to be in the humanities and social sciences, you would be in the one main building. Most of your classes would be there. You would have some in other in any of the other buildings, but not too many. For College of Sciences and Technology, if you're majoring in STEM, you are lucky because you get to experience our most recent building at the Science and Technology. It's right next to us, right next to the main building. It's awesome. I love it in there. I wish my office was in there because it's just so beautiful and modern. And then we have the College of Public Service. If you were to earn your degree in any of these majors, then you would be in the College of Public Service. You would often see cadets running around doing training. That is because we do have our own police academy. So don't mind them. You are also welcome to join the police academy after you receive your bachelor's degree or before. So let me know if you wanted to do something similar. Or University College, you would also be in the one main building. We only have 2 degrees here. And the Buffalo Bayou is right next, you can see it's right next to the main building. So this is University College. This is where you would start at. Once you declare your major after like your sophomore year of college, you go to your counselor, your advisor, and you let them know that you want to major in business or in psychology. So then you'll be transitioned over to the other colleges around us, and you'll have your own academic advisor in those colleges. But this is where you would start at. To be guaranteed admission, you would have to be either in the top 25%. You would apply on applytexas.org, submit your official high school transcript after you apply, so you can have your counselor email them to me directly, or you can bring them in person in a sealed envelope. The seal cannot be broken, otherwise it would be considered unofficial. So make sure you don't open that. If you wanted to see it for yourself, just ask for 2 copies. Or multiple copies if you're applying to other universities. Then you would submit your SAT or SAT scores. We are going test optional for fall 2022, so you do not have to turn them in, although I do recommend that you do, because you can be considered for our merit scholarships.
And then we've reached the end of your 6 minutes, so I want to make sure we get your contact information for everyone.
Okay.
I know these sneak peeks just fly by.
They
so
do.
Fast. Yes.
Okay,
So.
well, thank you so much. I'll give you my information at on the chat. I'll provide my email.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right, we are heading to our 5th school of the day, the University of Houston, Victoria.
All right, there we go. And
Are we having a little challenge with the screen share? Can I help?
it's okay. Never mind. Okay, so my name is Deja. I'm from the University of Houston, Victoria. We're part of the UH system, but can everybody see me? There we go. But we're part of the UH system, but we're actually.
Yes, we can see and hear you. So just want to confirm.
Thank you. We're one of the smaller sister schools. So we're located in Victoria, Texas. Victoria is about 2 hours outside of Houston, and essentially it's within 2 hours of every major city in the state except for Dallas, which is pretty cool. So the location's great. We have 3 different schools. The schools are the School of Arts and Science, the School of Education, Health Professions, and we also have our School of Business. This year we are going to be test optional, so there's a couple of different ways that you can be admitted into the school. For our formal admissions requirements, if you have a 2.0 GPA and you're ranked within the first 50% of your class, or if you have a 940 on your SAT or an 18 on your ACT, you can be accepted. For test optional, which is really popular this year as well, if you have a 2.5 GPA in your top 60% of your class, you can be admitted. Or if we're looking at omitting rank completely because we know, especially when it comes to like our Yes Prep schools and our Harmony schools, all of you guys are so competitive. So your GPA doesn't necessarily reflect that. So if you have not your GPA, your rank doesn't necessarily reflect that. So if you have a 3.0 GPA and a letter of recommendation, you can be admitted. So I touched base on the different schools that we have. Each school kind of has its most popular programs. For the School of Business right now, entrepreneurship is really popular, as well as healthcare administration and marketing. Under our School of Education, Health Professions, and Human Development, the education program is extremely popular, as well as our health studies and kinesiology, specifically the exercise sports science one for students that are wanting to go down like a physical therapist track. And then under our School of Arts and Science, biology, digital gaming and simulation, and psychology are like the most popular programs right now. We have a couple of different dorms for our freshman students. Hall is more like a traditional dorm where it's one room, 2 people sharing that room, or you can get a single. And then we have our suites, which is more apartment style living. So it's 4 small rooms, 2 shared bathrooms, shared living space, and a kitchenette. So those are your 2 options for housing accommodations. You are required to live on campus as a freshman unless you live within 50 miles of the campus, which for most students coming from Houston, that's not the case. Some other things that I would like to discuss when it comes to the University of Houston, Victoria. Like I said, we are a smaller school. Our ratio right now is about 20-1. So for every 20 students, there's 1 faculty member. With that being said, that does not necessarily mean all of your classes are going to be 20 students large, but the classes are not going to be extremely big. Like my largest class as undergraduate student was about 70 students, and that was for history. And as I got deeper into my concentration, my classes got smaller. Currently, I'm working on my master's and I'm in a class with like 7 people. So the classes tend to get smaller the deeper you go into your concentration, which is pretty cool. Our school is ranked 20th in the US as one of the fastest growing institutions. When I first went to the University of Houston, Victoria, there was only 2 academic buildings. Since I've left, they've built 3 new buildings, which is pretty cool. So going on campus and seeing that they've now built things like the University Commons, where essentially they have a library, Chick-fil-A, Jaguar Java, which is important because everyone loves caffeine. We now have a bookstore on campus. It's just growing so much, and that's really cool. We're also ranked 7th in the state for affordability because we understand that college isn't cheap, but we want to make sure that it can be within the grasp of all students. And on top of prices being affordable, we also offer a ton of different scholarships. The really cool thing about our scholarships is we have one form that you fill out, which is like a general application that puts you into the pool for multiple scholarships. And then there's things like the presidential scholarship, and then the one that they have, which is the UHV Commitment Housing Scholarship, which is specifically for housing. The really cool thing about that scholarship is if you are awarded as a freshman, you can receive it for up to 4 years. Some other new initiatives that we have been putting into practice as an institution are the OpenStax textbook partnership. So essentially it offers low cost for textbooks and free textbooks, which is really cool because I remember as a freshman, I spent $300 on a biology textbook and that hurt my heart. So those are some other cool things that we have put in place. We offer sports. We have women and men's soccer, baseball, softball, and women and men's golf. And it's through NAIA, which is the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. Other ways that you can be active on campus are by joining one of our 40 organizations that we have. We also have student government. You can get active in that. And then we have a really cool thing called JP's Market, where essentially it's like a free grocery store on campus for students to kind of like pick up snacks. They also have like a clothing closet that you can go into as well. So we try to make sure that we have everything on campus that students need in order to be successful. We also offer intramural sports as well, which is really cool. And we have a very active student life department as well. Am I running up on the end of my time?
You have 20 seconds.
All righty. So that's just a little spill about the University of Houston, Victoria. I'll be making sure to drop my contact information in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Deja, for presenting on the University of Houston, Victoria. All right. Well, we still have some time together. And so we have so many questions in the Q&A. So I want to give our representatives a chance to try and answer a few more. So we're going to do a couple live Q&A questions together. But before we start with that, I just wanted to let you know that unfortunately, Prairie View A&M University is not able to join us this morning, but we hope that you will head to their website, find their admissions site and ask questions there, learn so much more about their university today, since they were unfortunately unable to join us. All right, everyone. So we are seeing a lot of our contact information for our representatives going in the chat. So attendees, be sure to copy that, paste it so you can follow up. And I'd like to invite everyone to come back on screen to everyone can turn on their cameras, and we're going to answer our first live question together. So I'd love to hear from each of you the advice you have for someone going through the college admissions process. So, your top tip for the process. We will go in order, the same order you presented. So starting with Houston Baptist, we'll move our way down to the University of Houston, Victoria. As the person ahead of you finishes, feel free to just unmute and answer the question. Also, I'm getting some feedback on someone. So I'll be muting in just a second. So before, to help with that, if we're not answering a question, we'll go back on mute, each of us. So, all right, well, we're gonna start with Houston Baptist.
And advice I would give is something that I did not do myself when doing the college search, is to start early. So if I have any seniors, any juniors, even sophomores and freshmen, research is important because it saves you a lot of time on the back end. The admissions process is more than just the application right now. There's a lot of things that we want to make sure that you handle before coming in as an incoming college freshman. So the more you have all those boxes checked off, the easier your transition will be. So if you're looking into a certain major, everyone talked about different majors, write those notes down so you can have them and look at which programs will be best for you and which offers the direct route, so that you won't have to kind of be rerouted going to one school where you could have gone straight to for another school, as well as look into financial aid situations, start applying for scholarships even now, because some schools and all schools I know, especially HBU, we take all money. So that will be beneficial to you.
Alex, you're up.
I'm so sorry, I was answering the question. I was typing away. How can I see the question again?
The question is, what's one piece of advice or top tip you have for students in the college search process?
Okay, in the college, I would say to find a school that most benefits you personally. You don't want to go somewhere where you are unhappy. If you have to pay a few extra dollars, I promise you, it is worth it. And the next thing would be to don't be in such a rush to choose your major. I have a ton of friends who chose a major. They thought they knew what they wanted to do their senior year. They get to their freshman year, they do it. Sophomore year, they're like, and by their junior year, they're like, I hate what I'm doing. I hate what I majored in. So now they have to take more classes to change their major. That's more classes, that's more money, that's more time being wasted. So I would definitely say, take your time. I don't know about the rest of these schools, but normally how it works is your first 2 years, you do not have to choose a major. At TSU, you do not have to choose a major your first 2 years. You can go through your basic education classes, your English, math, science, and then by your junior year, that's when you can choose a major. So if you don't know what you want to do, it's okay. Do not rush it.
My advice that I will give is do your research. Don't go just to the first university that you think that you want to go and visit different universities, right? Like go in person, go and do the campus tour, gather all the information, see what's going to be the best fit for you, and be aware about deadlines. You don't want to wait till the last minute. You want to make sure you do everything with time, gather all the information. I would say start your sophomore year, start gathering all the information, see what's going to be a good fit for you. Always follow what you want, not what your friends want or where they're going, but something that they will get. You want a university or a community college that will give you the knowledge, the skills, the experience that you need to be successful. It's going to be about you doing the research, taking the time, and just finding the right school for you. You know, some students, they like smaller environments, other students, they like bigger environments. So make sure you do your research and be aware about your deadlines. Thank you.
So my advice would be that you should definitely do things early, and then once you figure out the top 5 schools that you think you want to go to, actually go out there and visit them during the fall and the spring semester, just to see what the vibe is like. And if you see people that look like you, people that speak like you, just ask yourself, do I see myself studying with these students? Do I see myself building lifelong relationships with them? And that'll let you know whether or not you're going to be happy on the campus, because you need friends to get through it. So you need that support. Second would be the financial aid part. So for as far as UHD, we pay for everything if your family income is under 50,000 or less. So if you can go to a school that'll pay for you to go to college, why not? You know, but if you're not comfortable, if this is not your thing, then look for scholarships ahead of time. There's so many different scholarships, and then there are some scholarships that don't even fit, that you think you might not fit the criteria, but I would say still apply to them, because a lot of students don't apply to them, and then there's just all this money left over. So you might get it. You might apply to one for being like a Hispanic when you're not even Hispanic, but Hispanic people aren't applying. So you might just get that money. So I would say apply to all types of scholarships. Yeah, that's my advice.
So my advice for students when they're looking for schools is to try to find a school that offers at least 2 to 3 different majors that you're interested in. You don't have to know exactly what you want to go into, but it's a lot easier to transfer from one program to another program within the same institution than to try to transfer those credits from your institution to another school, because degree plans vary from institution to institution. So what would count over here may not be applicable over here. So just keep that in mind.
These are all such great tips, and I can't help that I have to follow up with one too. I hope that this type of session helps all of you to really see that admissions counselors are amazing people who love their jobs. They're here to answer any questions. There's nothing too big or too small. You're not bothering them. Whenever a student says, you know, oh, I'm sorry, I'm bothering you with this question. No, this is what they're here for. So I hope this helps bring it to life, that these are really approachable, awesome people who want to help you and your family through this process. And there's so much more to learn. And they are furiously trying to answer Q&A questions. They will not be able to get to all, like, I don't know, there's like, I mean, over 120 in there right now. So definitely be sure to follow up after today to learn more and ask these amazing questions. You are great attendees. All right, one last question. I want to do it real quick to wrap us up. I'd love to hear from each of you a really quick, one last thing you want everyone who is here today or watching the recording to take away and remember about your school. We'll go in the exact same order. So we're going to start with Houston Baptist again and just go in that same order.
If I can just encourage you to remember one thing about HBU, it would be that we are small and we are intimate. So we want to make sure that we only know, like certain things about we want to make sure we know your name, your need, and your narrative. So when you come into HBU, you're not just a number of freshmen that come in. You are your own individual person, and we are committed to pouring into you and benefiting you in all aspects of your life.
One thing that I would like for you guys to take away from Texas Southern University, somebody kind of asked this in the chat as well, is that Texas Southern University is like a family holiday when your family comes together, where you have all your favorite cousins, your favorite aunts and uncles. That's how we operate at Texas Southern University. We're definitely a family. Last year, I went and traveled to Florida and I had my TSU sweater on. And I met about 2-3 other people that were alumni from TSU. And you would have thought we knew each other for 40 years, So we're definitely a family-oriented type of campus. And, Drake just named a song after us. So go ahead and keep that with y'all.
So one thing I want you to remember about us, we're about giving you the best. It's always 100% for the student, giving you the knowledge, the skills, the experience that you need to be successful. Our main goal is that we want to give you everything that you need to be successful. We are a smarter environment, so you know you're going to get the one-on-one that you need to be successful on whatever program you choose. Thank you.
So I didn't actually get to finish a presentation, but what I want you guys to take away from UHD is that we require every student to do an internship, externship, whether it's paid or not paid. Most of them are paid. So you will get that professional experience before you go out there in the real world. So I think that internships are, you always hear about students not finding jobs after graduating college, but we try our best to help you out with that. And I think internships are the way to go. So we do require everyone to have one.
Alrighty, and the last thing I just want to say about University of Houston Victoria is it is a smaller campus. It's very family-like. Our tagline is "Make Your Mark," and that's really like one thing that has always stuck with me, especially knowing that it is a younger campus and it's growing so much, because you have the ability to kind of make it what you want to make it. You can get active, you can create student organizations, and be a part of the institution as it's becoming more established, which is really cool. So yeah, that's it.
Great. Well, this time is just so fast. So I know that I want to say, first of all, thank you to all of our admissions representatives. You shared not just like facts and figures, but just the excitement and the energy you have about your students' experiences, both in the classroom and out of the classroom in your campus communities. Thank you to all of our attendees who've been watching, and for everyone who is watching a recording later. We hope that you have taken away some great insight and you all have great questions. And again, follow up and learn more, because these 6 minutes do just fly by. But we hope that this is opening up even more avenues, more places for you to explore as you begin or continue your college search. All right, here's the housekeeping notes when you finish. When you close your window, there'll be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback you can provide. Students, I promise, it's 5 questions. They're really short. We hope you enjoyed all of the different sessions from the Yes Prep programming. Remember that you'll find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at the same website where you signed up, strivescan.com/yesprep. All right, that's all for us today. Thank you again, and best wishes to you and your families in the year ahead. Bye.